Hello friends, welcome back to Faction Focus for AOE 2. We're going to continue on with our skirmishes, of course. Last time we were on the Koreans. We're now heading over to the Lithuanians, there we go. If I slow down it makes it worse almost. They are a cavalry and monk civilization. They start with 150 plus food. Spearmen line and skirmishers move 10% faster. Each garrisoned relic gives +1 attack to knights and letis, I think. Maximum of +4. Unique units are the letis, a cavalry unit, and a winged hussar, which is another cavalry unit. The unique techs are the hill forts, town centers at +3 range, and tower shield, spearman line, and skirmishers at +2 P armor. Team bonus, monasteries work 20% faster. So we're just going to continue on with these guys. A Lithuanian tip: research hill forts in your castle to increase the range of your town centers, allowing them to defend wider areas. Yeah, you can end up using kind of town centers as kind of weird, like almost defensive structures, of course. Let's get our regular houses going, of course. Get this guy to go find some water, as usual. I like the green now. I'm really getting into that green. No, I just want this one. That one right there. Like, would you like to stop being in the build sites? Oh, very kind. There we go. Some water. Have these guys. I should just be having these guys start making these 5-ish dudes here. Let's see. Get the mill out. And then get the barracks out. Hopefully that doesn't have trees right. It's debatable. Whether or not that's gonna be. Oh, it is. So we're gonna have to destroy it. Just to make sure we aren't blocking the view or nothing. Alright, you guys can build it here. It's exactly nothing that'll block it at least. There we go. Go back. Close to the feudal age. I need to remember I can like automatically start building. Pretty. I definitely know we've seen these before, but it doesn't stop it, of course. Continue the armory. Then our market. Then archery range. And then lastly the stable. It's very interesting because by the end of this I'm gonna at least have an idea on how at least most of these guys work a little better, which is really cool. I think or get really into playing this game like casually, of course. Well, it's not that covered. At least I can see mostly everything again. Make sure all you guys are not hiding. That's a pretty mill, actually. It's a very pretty mill. One more villager. Oh, I can build walls as well, can't I? Let's build them kind of over here, actually. That way we could actually see. And our one little hut. Or, not hut, but our one little outpost. Defense. I really wish these games had kind of the old school way of doing, defenses where you had like 3 different types and everything. Some new games coming out. I'm excited for Stormgate. That got announced recently, actually, and I'm super happy that we're getting more kind of StarCraft, kind of Warcraft. Like, it's really cool to me, I think. Our little temple. I just gotta place it right here. There's a watchtower. Our university. And then I can also build up. Okay, we'll put them like right here. I like kind of an interesting pattern here. Build up our castle as well. Looks pretty solid. Right there, let's get these guys start building. Ah, yes. I love you, Lithuanians. Give me the crane. Faster build speed. I love it. Let's see what these walls turn into. I'm trying to remember them as we go, because there's probably about 6-7 different types of styles throughout this game, I believe. Alrighty, now we can kind of get our 2 units out. So we got our Letus. They are, of course, that cavalry. They have 13. Oh my god. 13 damage. That is bonkers. The Lithuanian unique cavalry unit with attack that ignores armor. Strong versus armored units. They don't have a weak, by the way. Which I think that might have been the first time I've never seen a not weak thing kind of deal. Let's get them to be elites now. Just to see what happens. So they go from 13, 1, 1, and 100 to 16, 2, 1, and 130. That's really good. I'll have you just start building up a bunch of guys while I take a look at these. We have another unit. I'm trying to find it. It looks like they're probably a cavalry unit. Let's see. It was them and then the... I can see it right here. Winged Hussar, which are cavalry units. Which I assume then come from... Let me see where they might come from. This is one of our few times we have 2 the same cavalry type. I'm gonna assume... Let's see. I'm gonna assume the knight turns into them. At least, that's what I think, at least. That makes sense, since they're like the only other cavalry unit we have. Look at that, I left all this big open space. Paladins. Okay, that's not them then. Just making sure it's not. Where would they even spawn? Their boat. No. Okay, I was like, what did I see here? I thought I was like a different unit that I normally see, and I'm like, what unit is that? These guys are them. There they are. The Winged Hussar. So let's get our light cavalry out just to see what they upgrade into. Man, how do these guys build so much quicker, by the way? Because these guys only have 7, but 2 range and 60 health. Let's keep you guys building. Let's just build 4 for now. We can actually see what the Winged Hussars do. I believe this might actually change them pretty extensively. Now they have 7, 0, 2, and 60. They go up to 9, 1, 2, and 80. That's really good. The Winged Hussars are unique to the Poles and the Lithuanians, so we get 2 people that actually have these. So eventually we'll sing them again when we review the Poles. Fast cavalry for scouting rating, resistant to conversion, strong versus monks and gunpowder units, but weak versus pikemen and camel riders. So they end up becoming, and I think they keep relatively just 80 food. So this is a perfect civilization to, like, if you don't want to have to worry about needing those high-end units, you could honestly go with the Wing Hussar and they'd be really good because 9 damage by themselves is really solid. Let's get these guys to build. Actually, I keep forgetting about this guy. Let's have these guys begin building our Wonder, which for them looks like a very lovely large keep. That thing looks so cool. Just a huge fort. That's rad. Let's get them building. Believe they have that upgrade, which means they'll be a bit faster. They are one of the few, by the way, like civs it looks like that has like a majority of the religious stuff going on. Am I missing people? Get to play I Spy again. My favorite game. Figure out which of my villagers aren't doing anything. Where are you? There's one. Now a second one. It's a game to do while waiting for this to build. There she is. She's trying to blend in with the vines right there. Pretty solid force, by the way. Just these guys alone, probably. But, man, I just want to look at more pretty things. I want more different places. It's one of the few reasons I a little bit can't wait for AOE 4. Is because even though they don't have a lot of civs or anything like that, every one of them feels remarkably different, which is really good. Look at that, they're already halfway done. I'm likely gonna run out of space because there's now 5. So I can build 5 more and have my max at that point. Let's get a little bit of details on some of these buildings, by the way. Very pretty. But yes, I do eventually plan on doing AOE 4. I of course plan, like I said, on doing AOE 3, but we'll see when it comes to the end of this. AOE's been a longer series at this point because of how many sheer civs there are. Even though I'm pumping 2 out every cycle, it'd be different, I guess, if I was publishing them like every single day at 2 per day. Look at it. Yeah. That's a really beautiful fort, by the way. Or this might be, I'm trying to deduce what this is. Because it looks similar to like just a straight fort. I guess it probably is a fort because it has a little drawbridge. But it looks very impressive. Like, you're not going to be getting into that if they don't want you to, which is really cool. But yeah, we'll see after this one, of course, if, hey, look, you get to be a Hussar as well, actually, so I did end up having 5. We'll see after this whether or not I keep up with like a constant AoE, because if I do AoE 3 after this, especially with the modded version, if it works for me, then that's at least 40-50 more again. And they have, of course, some new things per thing, so it'd just be just like this. I'd have to figure out like a really fast-paced way of doing it. But we'll see. I may take like a little break and do another one. So in between those kind of thing, like take break, do maybe trying to think what would take over after this, because there's not too many games that have such extensive libraries that it would be maybe do like 3 to 4 different games in between because of their like less than kind of amounts, and then go back to AoE 3 and then find, you know, something to take its secondary spot every time. But let's, of course, that'll be the Lithuanians. We're gonna resign. Yes. Oh my god, I've been defeated. Big map. But that'll be it. As always, I'd like to ask you to like and comment. Tell me what you guys think about the Lithuanians and what other interesting units, of course, and at least we have a unit that will span to a different one too, and which you might want to see in between AoE 2 and 3 once I get to it. And as always, as well, I like to ask you to like and subscribe. Secondary likes, yes. Subscribe, but if you do, I think you're wonderful. If you don't, I still think you're wonderful, so it's completely up to you. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.